Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the beginning of this year, Hazrat Amir Allah Ta'ala bin Naseem gave us the opportunity to have mulaqat with him. And by grace of Allah, the members of the Majlis Amla of 16 Jamaats were able to have mulaqat with Hazrat Allah Ta'ala bin Naseem. Those mulaqats, Huzur especially emphasized on the prayer. And as you know that this is the subject which Huzur mentioned in his khutbah again and again. So on this subject I have spoken a little bit in the first session. So now another thing which Huzur emphasized was that as far as the preaching is concerned, we should try to establish good relations with our neighbors. And every Ahmadi should have at least 10 neighbors with whom we should have permanent relation. And he said that first time when you go, just give some gifts, chocolates or any item of food. And then try to establish and develop that relationship. And when there is a suitable time, then you can also mention that you are Ahmadi Muslim, and then say that we are peaceful Muslims. And thirdly, we are peaceful because we have accepted the promised Messiah. So these three things should be mentioned. Then of course later on, if you ask you some questions, you can answer them. Another thing Huzur said that if they mention some objections, then of course you can also answer those questions in a suitable manner. But I think on the doors, this objection and this, those things should not be mentioned. It is better, we will act upon this advice, but in an appropriate manner. And that is, later on we will invite them. In fact, this is what the Huzur himself said, that later on invite them to your functions. And then there you see, you can mention those objections and their answers. But they're only, friendly relationship. And you should know them and they should know you. Just tell your name, ask their name, then also, and then note, what are the, what is the nationality of those people. Some may be African, some may be East European, some may be English, or whatever the case is. And keep that record with you, that you have these 10 friends. And then try to serve them. This service is a very important thing in preaching. And I remember once, as Mr. Saris Ramtullah said, that the victory of Ahmadiyya will be through service, not through arguments, through service. So this is why Huzur, our present Huzur, he also said in that mulaqat that in every Jamaat, Khudam al-Ahmadiyya should arrange street cleaning कार्यक्रम. That in your own area, at least once a month, the Khudam, the youth of the Ahmadi Jamaat, they should clean the streets and do this कार्यक्रम. This is term used in the Ahmadi Jamaat, dignity of labor. So, this is the way, this is how you will see that Allah will open some new ways of Tabligh. Now, as far as having a good relationship with the neighbors is concerned, this is also in accordance with the teaching of the Holy Quran and of the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Because Ahmadi is nothing but to follow the teaching of the Holy Quran and follow the example of the Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now, as far as this relationship with the neighbors is concerned, in this regard, we know that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that Angel Gabriel has emphasized on the rights of neighbors so much that I thought that next time when the Angel Gabriel comes, you said that your neighbor is also will inherit your property. So much emphasis was given on the rights of neighbor. In this regard, I would also like to mention one hadith of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It's a beautiful hadith. He said, Afshu Salam, spread Salam. And as you know, when we go to meet our neighbor, that's also spread Salam. That meet people, greet them, try to have good relationship with them. So first thing, Afshu Salam. Number two, Atim Ta'am. And then give them some food as well. Have your gifts. Although it has some other meanings as well, give food to the poor and needy people, that's also part of it. But it also means, the Holy Prophet didn't say that you only give food to the poor people. No, he said just give food to anyone, because that will create better relationship with other people. So either you just give them something to eat when you go home, their home, and then you can invite them to your own house as well. It's another way of giving food to them. Then third thing he said, Wasilul Arham, that establish good relationship with your own relatives. Arham, blood relation, but in fact all the relatives. And of course, that means first of all in your own family, or with your own family members, your husband, your wife, your children, you must have good relationship. Because if there is no peace in your own home, how can you give peace to other people outside? So this is why you must give peace first of all to your own family members. Otherwise, it's a sort of hypocrisy that you are going out people are saying Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum, peace be to you, peace be to you, while in your own home when you come you start fighting, quarreling, abusing, and you see. So this is why Holy Prophet said that your actions and your words should correspond to each other. And the fourth thing is that Wasallu bil-layli wan-nasu niyam, that pray at night when people are sleeping. That means tahajjud prayer, after tahajjud prayer. And he said that if you do these four things, the reward is Tadkhulu Jannata bi Salam, you will enter paradise in peace. That means that if you follow these four instructions, definitely you will go to paradise. This is what Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is saying. Afshu Salam, wa atimu ta'am, wasilul arham, wa sallu bil-layli, wa nasu niyam. Spread Salam, give food. And mashallah, the Bajwa has arranged that we should give food to the homeless people. The weak-hour people go in the central London and they have given food. So far, I think more than 4,000 people. 80,000 people, are given food here in central London by the London Jamaats. So this is exactly in accordance with this saying of Holy Prophet ﷺ. And then the third is that you have good relationship with your family members. And last, that after Tahajjud prayer. So I think those people who go for giving food to the homeless, I think they should be told that they should do all these four things. Not just give the food. They should do other three things as well. Then Holy Prophet said that then you will be granted Jannah. And whenever Tahajjud is mentioned, in fact we should immediately understand that means we should also offer 5 daily prayers as well. Because Tahajjud is of course nafal, but first has to be done. And then when we say that we should offer 5 daily prayers, we all automatically mean that we should do, number one, all the 5 daily prayers without missing any. And Holy Prophet ﷺ said that if sometime you forget to offer prayer or you oversleep or anything happens, then whenever you get up, you must offer prayer. And whenever you remember, you should offer prayer. But if these permissions are given and still somebody says, oh sorry, I missed some prayers, it means indeed he is not fulfilling his duty as a Muslim. And it is very dangerous, I tell you. To leave you in one prayer, Holy Prophet ﷺ has said, Man taraka salata muta'ammidan faqad kafar. The person who left prayer, even one he become displeased. But as I told you, the permission is given that if sometimes you forget or you oversleep, then you can offer prayer, even if it is next day, if you remember, though, I missed yesterday's prayer, still do it. And ask forgiveness from Allah Almighty that you have done something wrong, and ask Allah, please help me that I don't do it again. So, that's number one. And this is what Hudur said in the khutbah only 2 weeks ago, or last week, I think. Number one, all 5 daily prayers. Number 2, on time. Number 3, in congregation. Number 4, with meanings. You should know the translation. Number 5, that offer prayer with such attention as if you are watching God. And this is what the Holy Prophet has said. That with such attention as if you are seeing God. And number 6, that offer nafil as well. Not only just first, but also nafil. But these nafil are during the daytime. And number 7, offer tahajjud prayer. That is the last point, that during the night you should also get up and offer tahajjud prayer. Now about these 7 points, as Muslim Maud, the secretary of the Ahmadi Muslim Jamaat, in his Tafsir Kabir, large commentary, in volume 6, page 135 and 36, he has said that these are the 7 stages and the 7 requirements of to complete your prayer. He said, without it your prayer is not complete. Because this is the example of Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This is how he used to offer the prayer. And he said that if you do it, the reward is you'll be able to meet God. And he said that in the latter part of the night, God will come down on earth, and the angels of Allah will say to you, come and meet God. And if you don't do it, then who has said in this same place, he says that if you think that you have pleased God Almighty, or you have got the pleasure of Allah, this is just your own imagination and nothing else. You can't please God Almighty without doing these things. Because this is the instruction we have given in the Holy Quran. And this is a way to find God. And the real purpose of man's life is to find God and to have the relationship with Him, to have communion with Him. Unless we have communion and relationship with Allah ourselves, we have no right to call other people to Allah. And this is what Tabligh is. So when we say, for example, as the Holy Quran says, Udu ila sabil rabbika, that call people to the path of Allah, the path of your Lord. So that means first we have to find God for ourselves, and then we can call others. And if a person is not offering even 5 daily prayers, just imagine what sort of preaching is doing. So this is why today I think everyone should take this message with him. This is the first class. So in this first class we should make our foundation strong and right. Now I said there are 13 steps of successful preaching. I'll just count them quickly. The first thing is to fast voluntarily once a week, at least once a week. Then second is to give 6 rights to all Muslims. This is the hadith of the Prophet in the book of Tabligh, that a Muslim has 6 rights over it. on his brother. And the 6 rights are: number 1, when he says to you Assalamu alaikum, you should answer, say wa alaikum assalam. Secondly, when he sneezes and he says Alhamdulillah, you must say Yarhamkumullah. And third is that when he invites you, you must accept his invitation. And if you have any difficulty, just explain that this is the problem. Because this is against humility, that somebody invites you and you say, no, sorry, I can't. Not because of arrogance, but of course there can be a problem, then explain humbly. And then it's also that some other time you should also try to invite him, so that some relationship is established. And the fourth thing is that when if somebody becomes sick, you should visit him. This is the right of your brother. That if he's sick, you must try to visit him, inquire about his health, show some sympathy. This is all. These are rights of people on other people. Hukukul ibad, as we call it. Another right is that when he dies, then we should arrange his funeral and we should try to participate in his funeral. Of course, this is such a farz that if some member of the community have done it, it will become on behalf of all others. But it doesn't mean that we should not try to participate in the funeral. We should try. And so this is 6. And number 7, the last one, a very important one, and this is the one which Huzur has emphasized in his khutbahs several times, especially when the non-Muslims come. Huzur especially mentioned this, that the Holy Prophet has said that like for others what you like for yourself. Like for others what you like for yourself. And nobody likes that anybody should mistreat you. Everybody likes that everybody should treat me kindly. So, it means that we should also treat other people kindly. Everybody wants that when I am in need, other people should help me. So, why not? We should also help other people. Everybody would like that if when I am in difficulty, other people should pray for me. Then why we should not pray for them? So, whatever we like for ourselves, same we should do with other people. This is these are the 6 rights of a Muslim over another Muslim. But in fact, it means rights of one man over the other man. Only the exception is that Muslims do not offer the janazah prayer of the non-Muslims. That's a different thing. But still, we can have sympathy for them. We can pray for them. We can show our sympathy if somebody dies in our neighborhood. Even if he's not Muslim, still we should sympathize. And when we don't offer prayers, this is again not due to lack of sympathy. It is in accordance with his religion. His religion says that his funeral prayer, which is a religious thing, should be done by his followers, by people who follow the same religion. So we go according to their religion. We are not doing anything wrong to them. But we can pray for them and we should pray for them. So next, number 3 is Tahajjud prayer. To perform Tahajjud prayer. Number 4, to offer Fajr prayer in congregation. Number 5, to listen to the Rasul Quran. And of course we should read Holy Quran ourselves as well. And at the same time, we should contemplate on the latest Friday sermon of Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen. Now you see, the reason of this is that the Holy Quran says the real Da'i Allah is Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the name Allah has given in the Holy Quran. Wadayan Allah. When this is mentioned, this name is mentioned about Holy Prophet. Now, after him, of course, will be his Khalifa. When he passes away, then his Khalifa. And now in this age, whoever is the Khalifa of the Holy Prophet, we must listen to him. He is our Da'i Allah. So first we should listen to that Da'i Allah who is appointed by God Almighty. And then whatever he says, our duty is that we should pass on his message to other people. So this is why we should listen to those khutbah carefully, take notes of them, and then discuss with your own people, and that's a spread to everyone. To as many people as possible, give this message that this is what the Masih has said, and then introduce. This is how you will be able to introduce them as well, and you know who is the Khalifa Masih, and what is his position, and why he is in that position. Who has given him this position? So it's in fact to open a new subject. Prophethood. First, God, then his prophets, then his Khalifas. This is the system of religion in every religion. And through these people, Allah Ta'ala tells us what He wants from us. And if we follow them, we have, by the grace of Allah, we have achieved the purpose of our life. Next is weekly class. And this is what we are doing now today. So that is number 6. In this weekly class, we should especially learn 13 steps, 10 conditions of bath. That inshallah we'll do maybe in the next class today, not enough time. And inshallah ta'ala you'll see that within 15 minutes, every one of you will know all the 10 conditions of bath in order. Then this, of course, as I said, the pledge of that. Then we will also learn some Tabligh arguments and also share some experience as well, because we learn from each other's experience as well. And here we heard that there should be refreshment as well, and alhamdulillah, we have already got the food as well. Because if you are saying, Atim give food to other people, so we should give food to our own people as well. Next, number 7, after sadaqah, pay some sadaqah. Now you see, this sadaqah, again, many people, either don't give any sadaqah, or when they give sadaqah, they may say, I give once a month. But I tell you one hadith of the Holy Prophet, and this is the book of Bukhari, very authentic hadith, that every day 2 angels descend. One angel says that, oh Allah, a person who has given sadaqah today, have mercy on him and give increase in his wealth. And the other angel says that, oh Allah, a person who has not given any sadaqah today, destroy his wealth. So this is the duty of 2 angels, and they are appointed by God for everyone. So what is the message of this hadith? That we should pay sadaqah every day, whatever we can. Whatever we can. And I think the best thing is we should do it early in the morning, first thing, so that the whole day Allah Ta'ala saves us from the difficulties, and then also helps us to perform our duties. Number 8, write a letter to Huzur for success in future. As I've already mentioned, that Khalifa is chosen by Allah. And if we don't respect him, and we don't request for prayer to him, then who else is there that we should ask for prayer? He should be the first person. Of course, we can ask other people as well to pray, but he should be the first person. Then perform collective silent prayer. Whenever you get together, and if you are going for Tabligh or any time, when you are in difficulty, you can, or you need special help from Allah in might. Every day we need it. But especially when we go for Tabligh, we must do collective prayer. Or when we have Tabligh meeting or anything. We do it already. Inshallah, I'll give you some example later on how Allah Ta'ala helps when we do the collective prayers. Now, number 10 is, after these 9 things, then you should go for Tabligh. Not before that. Then you can do any tabligh work. That is tabligh stall, or you are going to meet someone, or you go to neighbors. You see, as I said that now Huzur has said that go to 10 neighbors. So this should be the first thing which we do. You know, Huzur was so particular about it that he said, asked one president, how many houses you have? How many houses in your Jamaat? He said 57. So Huzur said that it means that you must contact 570 people. And Huzur, it means that Huzur wants that, at least that Jamaat should have 570 contacts. But then, of course, later on, we also said that then we have to reach other people as well. So now those people who are here, I'm told that there are 70 people or whatever the number is. Can anybody count, how many people are there? So whatever the number is, try that whether within this week or next week, whatever the case is, try to give some gift to your neighbors, either chocolate or whatever. During this period, at least to 10 members. So if there are 53 people here, 530 people should be given, and we should have their names. And I tell you, when we had the meeting and I just listened it from Huzur, I said I have no right to tell anyone else unless I do myself. So Alhamdulillah, so far, after that Huzur Mulakat, 5 times, you see, I have arranged that our neighbors are given either food or chocolate, whatever. It's very simple things. Make some maybe rice or any food at home and give to your neighbors. In fact, this is a hadith of the Holy Prophet as well. That should make some extra food and give to your neighbors. But probably first you will have to establish some relationship with them. Otherwise, they may not trust in you. That's what you are giving them. So first of all, you have to have some contact.
If we give somebody else cooked food, I remember that sometime we started that, then we stopped.
I understand. This is why I say that you see the situation. When you have got good relationship, then you can give the cooked food. But in the beginning, just some chocolates, any kind of sweets. But now you see, when we do this tabligh work, when written here, that we must do istighfar as much as possible. I'll explain to you later on why istighfar. Istighfar is a thing which cleans ourselves and also other people. And unless both of us are clean, there will be no relationship established. It's just like magnet and metal connection. Magnet and metal both should be clean. Then they are attracted to each other. Otherwise not. So istighfar and then astaghfirullah rabbi min kulli dhanbin wa atubu ilayh is one istighfar. The other is rabbi inni zalamtu nafsi wa taraftu bi dhanbi faghfir li dhunubi fa innahu la yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta. These two istighfar are part of our pledge of death. So if we don't know these two istighfar, so it means that we don't know our own pledge. Then hold one-to-one meeting. After having initial contact, then have one-to-one meetings. And then you see, in those one-to-one meetings, ultimately the death comes. But in those one-to-one meetings, after some introduction, we must show and read out and explain the bath form. Because bath form, I tell you, the 10 conditions of bath itself is the most powerful tool of the book. You read to any person and say, please tell me, what do you think about it? He said, yes, this is very good. For example, one of the conditions is that I will not harm anyone. Or the person who is joining the Ahmadi Jamaat, he will not harm anyone, neither Muslim nor non-Muslim, neither with his hands, nor with his tongue, nor with any other means. So now if this just one condition is accepted, the whole world will become peaceful. So this is how you see, if you know how to use these tools, then you can use only these 10 tools are enough. 10 are enough to convert the world. internally. But inshallah, we'll talk about it later. Another point which I should try to mention, number 12 is hold a monthly meeting of Da'in Allah with the central representatives. So that we must have some relationship with our center. National Secretary, Tabligh, Mir Sahab, or whatever. This is why we'll arrange something later on. Then, number 13, hold a monthly meeting and question and session with new Ahmadis. Sometimes Allah Ta'ala gives us the bad, but we don't keep them. And this is why Allah Ta'ala may say, okay, why I should give you more bad? Because whatever I gave you before, you didn't, kept them with yourself. So this is why it's very essential that we should have very close contact and do the tarbiyat of the new Ahmadis to express our gratitude to Allah. And it is said in the Holy Quran that if you will be grateful to Allah, then Allah will give you more. So these are the 13 steps, and it's 9:30 time, and I think for today that is enough. If somebody wants to ask one or two questions, that's okay.
Just want to make one clarification. Sorry, that's fine.
I just have mentioned that I have given from the screen is to London Jamaat meeting on Tuesdays. It's Majlis Salah of London region, and on Fridays it's Majlis of India. And this was started quite a few regions, and this was after the centenary Majlis Shura had a proposal which was had accepted, which was that we should be feeding homeless people. So by the grace of Allah, just to clarify that every week we are feeding about 400 homeless people, and since 2013 it's just over 80,000.
I had one question. First of all, Masjid Zakala, something I didn't know before, and I happen to know, which is our fasting. I know we give fidya every year when it's Ramadan. When you mentioned that we can give fidya on a weekly basis, that was a surprise for me as well. So how do you calculate the amount and how much?
See, the first thing is it's a voluntary thing. It's like a sadaqah, right? And the other thing is that fidya usually, as you know, that in the month of Ramadan, 2 pounds per fast we give. But it's up to everyone, whatever he wants to do.
We have taken some notes, but is there any fixed syllabus so the participants can go through during a week? So next time when they come.
Yes, good question. This book, Tabligh Guide, that is the syllabus.
Okay, so is there any possibility everybody can get one copy?
From the bookshop you can get, but inshallah you will also arrange.
Should we take next time here?
And this will be helpful so they can
Yes,
go
yes.
again and again.
Inshallah we'll follow this.
Okay.
Many of the things which I have mentioned, they are all in this book. Now, Ahmad has suggested, he said that if you accept it, it will take only 10 or 15 minutes to memorize the 10 minutes of that. He said, why not use it now? So, what do you think? Shall we go about it?
Yes.
Okay, so I think next week, that's fine. अच्छा ये दुआ कर लें Ehsan. Ameen. Allah.